Hi again. Well, it's now day 5 of my recovery after my gender confirming surgery, and I had vaginoplasty. Days 3 and 4, not a lot happened really. It was just rest days really. I had lots of friends who came to see me, which was really, really lovely. And it was just chilling, listening to music. That was all fine. That was all good. But then I had to have an early night last night because I've got a really busy day today, and I'm I'm only sort of 2/3 of the way through that busy day today already. And so what happened? So 6 o'clock this morning, my catheter was taken out. And that was something that I was dreading actually, because a lot of people had told me that it was really painful and it stung a lot and everything. But I'm not honestly say I didn't feel it at all. I was really pleasantly surprised. It was all right. It just wasn't an issue. So that was all right. That was okay. And then I had breakfast, and then after breakfast, my vaginal pack was taken out. And again, that was something I was dreading, because I was told that it was painful. And I remember a few years ago seeing a program on telly called Transformation Street, and it showed someone having their pack taken out, and they were screaming, and that really scarred me, to be honest. Oh no, that's what it's going to be like. But honestly, I mean, all a vaginal pack is, it's like a long ribbon of gauze, basically. It's about 2 meters long, and it's just packed in tightly into the vagina, just to absorb blood and that sort of stuff. And it's just basically pulled out just one bit at a time, just a bit like a magician pulling a ribbon out of the hat. It's that sort of thing. And they didn't pull out a bunch of flowers, which I was quite relieved about, though, to be honest. Yeah, so they did that. It was a bit uncomfortable at times, and I just had to breathe through it. I found meditation actually really helped through all of this, to be honest. And I just sort of breathed through it, and it was fine. And yeah, it didn't take long to take out at all, about 5 or 10 minutes, that's all. And then straight after that, I had to start dilation. So, and what dilation is basically, it's what you have to do to keep the vagina, just to keep the depth of it, and the width, but the depth is the thing. And so you're basically stretching that skin. And so what we have is what's called a dilator. And this is what a dilator is. Sorry, I couldn't resist it. So, and if you can see, if I hold it, there you go. So you can see the sort of size of it. And there we go. If I hold it there, but you can see the dots on it, and that's the depth gauge, the dots. And basically, what you do is you put water-based lubricant on the end of it, and also you put a glove on, a surgical glove, and put lubricant on the end of your finger. You put that in your vagina, and then you guide the dilator in. The dilator goes in, and then you just push it just gradually, as slowly as you want, just as you're comfortable with, and you're just breathing through it up to the depth as far as it will go, basically. And then once you know your depth, then the whole idea is just to maintain it. So you just keep it up there, and then what you have to do is you have to hold that in. Now there are 2 different sizes of dilators that I have to use. At the moment, I'm just using the small one. In terms of the length, the length is just the same, but it's the width. At the moment, I'm only using the small width, but then I will go on to using the big width as well. And then I'll do 5 minutes with one, and with the smaller one, and then 15 minutes with the larger one. But at the moment, I'm just using the smaller one because I've only done the one dilation so far. And you basically just hold it in. So I held that in there for 20 minutes. I set a timer on my phone. After 20 minutes, then that came off. I was able to take it out, put that to one side, and then I set my timer for another half an hour. I had to have a lie down and have a sleep just as a rest off, because it was very tiring doing it. And then after that, I had to then do what's called a douche. And a douche, I'll show you another amazing bit of kit. It's this thing here. And so basically it's a rubber bulb here, and you fill it with warm water, and then this black bit has got holes at the end of it and on the sides of it. And basically you push that up your vagina. You could do that in the bath or in the shower. Push that up your vagina, and you squeeze the bulb, and then that flushes out all the lubricant that's in there, just to keep you nice and clean. And then finally, after 5 days, I was allowed to have a shower and wash my hair, which, it's the best shower I've ever had. Oh dear, it's terrible. Yeah, I desperately needed it. So I was really, really pleased to have that shower. And then the final thing is actually is drying off. You have to use a hairdryer on the lowest setting, up your bits to dry it all off, just to make sure it's all nice and clean and dry. So that was about it. So, and then the other thing I had to do was, so after passing urine, for the first time, well, first 3 times actually, once I had to do that, they had to measure how much I'd weed, and then they had to use an ultrasound scanner to scan my bladder just to see how much residual urine was left in the bladder, just to make sure that my bladder is functioning. And so they have to, so I've done it 2 times so far. So far it's working well, so that's good. And so they've just got to do it one more time. And assuming that's all done, then I'll be good to go home tomorrow morning. I'll be discharged. And I'm really looking forward to coming home. But having said that, I will miss everyone here. Everybody has been so lovely. It's such a fantastic hospital. It's Parkside Hospital in Wimbledon, London. It's fantastic. And they've treated me so well and looked after me so well. I feel so cared for. It's been lovely, and I will miss them. But I can't wait to get home. The journey home is going to be interesting. So my partner, Jasmine, is going to come and pick me up. I've got a ring seat, which I'm going to, a ring cushion that I'm going to sit on. I'm going to lay the front seat back as much as I can as well. And I have to stop every hour just so I can walk around as well. So it's going to be a tricky journey back home to Leicestershire. But we'll do it. And she's taking the first 2 weeks off work to look after me as well, which is fantastic. It also helped that she's a nurse as well. So talk about landing on my feet. I feel very lucky. So that's about it. And one thing else I ought to sort of just let you know is that Phantom Willy syndrome is a real thing. I'll just leave it there. Bye.